My name is Alisha Gwen, and I am the owner of Alisha Gwen Interior Design. Alisha Gwen Interior Design is a residential interior design firm, and we primarily focus on 3 types of projects. The first is individual room redesign, if a client just has a couple of rooms they would like to decorate. The second is renovations, whether it's small like a kitchen or a bathroom, or a larger scale such as an addition, a full house renovation. And the third type of project is new construction. So we stick around from the origination of the plans with the architect all the way through into the furniture phase. This project started with the client's pain point of having the kitchen undersized for the house. So we took over the 4-stall garage and put an addition on of 4 more stalls, used the existing 4 stalls, and were able to enlarge the kitchen and add a breakfast nook.
Wow, Alisha, we just walked into this home, and what an awesome entry into this bar area.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were trying to achieve here. The client actually had a Gucci handbag that was the inspiration for this space. She wanted it to be all washed in the same color as that handbag. But aside from it being beautiful, in my humble opinion, it's also very functional. There's an ice maker, there's a dishwasher, there's 2 different sets of refrigeration, and there's 2 little mini wine rooms that actually cool to the temperature of both red and white wine.
It's just such a glamorous welcome into this
space. It's like a little jewel box.
So heading into this little seating area, I'm just absolutely loving with this gorgeous emerald green cabinetry.
Yeah, they wanted a casual space off the kitchen where in the mornings they can focus their attention here on just coffee. There's a hidden espresso machine, a TV, a fridge, and another little area for smaller coffee machines. And we just kept it all hidden behind this really pretty, essentially, piece of furniture.
That's so unexpected, and what a smart and beautiful way to address that area. Wow, what a glamorous and bright and beautiful kitchen area.
Yes, thank you. So when the addition went on, it created more of an elongated, I call them bowling alley kitchens. So we really had to be smart in here with our choices in terms of materials and finishes so that it felt visually interesting to distract from the fact that it was long and linear. So one of the things we did was break up the island into 3 different sections. We call this the entertaining island. It's actually made out of gold metal. And so if they are entertaining, they can set up a charcuterie board here, maybe set up a little mini bar. Moving on to the kitchen island, we added this really thick, beautiful mitered edge to the marble just to give it some bulk and some substance. And then down at the far end, you will also see a butcher block, so more of the functional end versus the entertaining end.
So I am absolutely loving, I'm assuming refrigerator freezer combination here with these antique mirrors that you did on the panels.
Yeah, we didn't want it to just be a wall of basically cabinetry. When you're getting into fridges that are 36 inches wide, we needed some sort of visually interesting detail to make it stand out.
It is beautiful, and it really opens up the space, and it just glows in here.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And then heading over to this, probably the most incredible range area with your marble full height into this incredible custom range hood. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was no small feat achieving that, but we knew going in for the design, she really wanted this space to be more visually pleasing than it was technically functional because we do have the separate prep kitchen. So here it was all about the looks and like how do we have a showstopper. So the natural thing to do was a whole wall of marble. And we accented it with some antique glass sconces just to give it, again, more of that glam aspect. And then the black range so that it stood out from the all-white cabinetry.
Yeah, your lighting choices in here are really beautiful too and really create amazing different showstopper moments throughout this space.
Yeah, I mean, we love lights. They're like the jewelry of the space, so anytime we can throw in an extra special fixture that most people have never seen before.
It's amazing. I love it. Let's head over to this awesome little kitchen nook area, which actually isn't that small at all.
It's not small, but it ended up with the way the addition laid out on a floor plan. It was just this extra space that we needed to carve out and make it functional. So we built in the banquette so that we could have the maximum amount of seating. And we also built in a really cool china cabinet so she could display some of her surfing wear.
And then heading over here, it looks like we kind of have a prep area with a sink.
We do. So when there's a larger kitchen, we always like there to be a separate area for the person that's cooking and the person that's cleaning. And so I'm really super into that detail of having a separate sink for washing dishes with the dishwasher and then a separate sink for the person that's cooking and chopping vegetables to keep them separate so they're not bumping into each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna head over here. I think I remember you mentioning that there was a whole separate kitchen
Yes,
to this house.
there is. So we knew on the plans, again, there was gonna be a little bit of extra space carved out between the main kitchen and the garage. So this door here is actually the door that comes in from the garage. And so when they come in with groceries, they're able to just unload everything right here and keep all the mess contained.
So in here, you can see everything that you need, but it's really hidden off the main beautiful kitchen area.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
awesome. And then I see you've got several other areas in this kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole full working kitchen back here. We have a convection microwave, we have double ovens, we have another smaller range, and we have a sink and another dishwasher.
I love it. And your material choices, I noticed that you have separate, kind of like an oak inlay.
Exactly. So we wanted, it's a long span. It's more what you would call, a galley style kitchen in here. So instead of it just being one wall of the same color cabinetry, we broke it up with the stained oak and the painted cabinet.
Well, it feels like a very special home.
Thank you.
And you did an absolutely beautiful job. And thank you so much for giving us a tour.
Of course, it was my pleasure.